my PvP build starter set I have complete, and I'm about to swap over. Then either I still got a few more glyphs to level up, and then I'll be swapping over this character anyway, strictly PvP. And again, keep in mind this is just my starter set, PvP starter set, based off of what I'm doing is hopefully I'm on the right track. I might not be in some ways, from what I've heard. So you'll see in a second here, some of my pieces have vulnerable damage on it, and I've heard that vulnerable damage is no longer valuable. I don't know how true that is. Obviously, you got to take everything with a grain of salt. I'm going to stick to what my plan was based off of last season and the changes I've seen in season 2. One of the biggest changes is int. Int got fixed, and so you'll see in my gear, I'm going to try to stack as much int as I can pump out, and see how it feels. Staying very similar to the season 1 version, but again, adapting it to the changes of season 2, if that makes sense. So again, keep in mind this is starter. I'll probably be replacing some pieces once I feel out the balance. Do I need more DR? Do I need more, what do I need? I don't know, because I haven't even PvP'd yet for season 2. But again, I've only been level 100 for a couple days now. Way behind, I know, but yeah, my gear feels good. And most of it was found. I only had to trade for a couple pieces at the end here. I needed to get an amulet and a focus mainly, which I got this morning actually. And so yeah, like I said, I completed it and finished off the glyphs. We'll be more. But anyways, so first things first, I do not have any UBERS right now that are usable. I do have a couple. I have Silig's amulet and I have Andario's visage. So for the start of things, I will not be using any UBERS. I do want to test like Doombringer, Shaco, stuff like that. Absolutely, I want to try that in PvP. I just haven't found them yet. So again, that's what I'm saying. This is kind of like my starter set. So starting off, Edgemaster on the wand, and you'll see a common theme here. I'm going to run all stats in int pretty much everywhere I can, because I'm going to try, since they fixed int, and int is just super valuable anyways, even more so now. I'm going to see how it feels just getting as much as I can. In that sense, and for the Paragon, so to hit breakpoints, right? So all stat int, and again, vulnerable and ultimate skill damage, and you'll see I put ultimate skill damage in the weapon as well. So the good news is you can see the vulnerable damage is a reroll on this item, and actually I got a god tier ring I found the other day, and I rolled vulnerable damage on that as well. From what I've heard, word on the street is vulnerable damage isn't that good anymore, so maybe that's wrong. I'm gonna stick to it for now. That may change, but yeah, anyway, so all stat int, vulnerable damage, ultimate skill damage, focus, all stat int, lucky hit, cooldown reduction. So again, I opted to get all stat stuff rather than DR, and that's just to try things out. There's and some of the reason for that is the vampiric powers, like resilience, stuff like that. Like if I need to find DR, I think I can, and I just want to see where things will hit with as much stats as I can pump. With getting the necessary, lucky hit cooldown reduction, that's absolutely mandatory. But yeah, int all stats is just the kicker. Helmet, until I get a Shaco and try that out, I'm going to run int again, of course. Total armor, max life, cooldown reduction, with exploiters, no question, especially everybody's unstoppable like crazy with metamorphosis this season. For the chest, int again, as much as I can get. Total armor, max life, damage reduction. And I am going to run, again, based off of Season 1 theme. I might change this out, but I'm going to start with protecting, see how that feels. Once I get a feel for things, see what the changes are. I really don't know what the new meta is. I hear barbs are crazy, and sorks and stuff like that. But that's kind of the same thing as last season, right? I don't know. So yeah, again, I'll be adapting a lot of this, but this is just my starter set. I know I keep saying that, but keep that in mind. Again, int all stat, shadow damage over time, lucky hit, and then running gloves of the damned. So this, I will say, I'm going to get a second pair of gloves, and instead of shadow damage over time, I'm going to run attack speed. I really like attack speed, especially now that you have to manually pop corpses for like flesh eater and stuff. So I plan on that again, but I've just pieced together what I found so far, and have only traded for a couple pieces. I will be trying to get gloves though that mirror this, except for instead of the shadow damage over time, have attack speed there instead, just to try the two out and see which one feels better to me. And then Tibalt's Will, no brainer. The 40% multiplicative while you're unstoppable, which is going to be a massive amount of the time, is just super, super strong. And I believe that will stay for sure. Flicker Step, this looks super good. I've heard a lot of other people, obviously other necromancers and stuff that have already been playing, have been in the stream and commenting, kind of keeping me up to date with some of the things. They say Flicker Step super good. I see why. Again, all stats on it. Movement speed, ultimate skill damage, damage reduction, and then when you evade, it reduces your active or your ultimate cooldown. Obviously for Shadow Wave, that's insane, right? So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I like, though, you see how that has all stats. This ring, all stats. Like, I'm gonna have so much. I'm very curious to see how much int I'm gonna end up with once I actually swap over and switch. It's gonna be crazy. I was right around almost 1,000 in season 1, and I didn't have nearly this many stats. And also, when you see my amulet, like I said, I don't know. It could be super crazy. It could be over the top. I don't know. I'm excited to try it though. But then X-Vals, everybody keeps talking about this. Just necromancers across the board. Whether it's PvE, PvP, this thing seems to be super, super, super strong. I got a couple of them right now. This one has better rolls for the actual stats, but I do have another one that has a better roll for the lucky hit portion. So I'm gonna try between the two, see which one feels better. But yeah, run that. The X-Files Corroded Signet. The cooldown reduction on that thing is such a nice bonus. Yeah, excited to try. I'm really excited for the season. I think this season so far feels really good to me. Much better than season 1, at least from a PvE perspective. I'm not sure the PvP side yet, but like I said, we'll be next couple of days here. We'll be doing that as well. Oh, I gotta sneeze. I hate when you gotta sneeze and then you don't. But yeah, so then under the ring, fast blood, no question. Reduce the ultimate cooldown. The faster we get those back, the more we pump out, the better, right? That in combination with Flicker Step should be super strong. And again, I have vulnerable damage, shadow damage, lucky a chance, max life. But just like my wand, how I have vulnerable damage rolled on it right now, I have vulnerable damage rolled on this. I can re-roll out of it if I don't. If vulnerable damage actually doesn't feel good, I'll just re-roll out of it into something else. And then the amulet plus int percent, and I know this is crazy because I maybe am sacrificing too much damage reduction for all this stat stuff, but I gotta try it. The amount I don't even know. I wonder if I'm gonna hit like around 1,200 int or something crazy. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm very curious to see though. But yeah, I chose to run int percent, movement speed, of course, no question. Movement speed, cooldown reduction, and I prefer amplified damage. Gloom is good as well, but the reason I choose amplified damage is because it's constant and instant, and it's always there. Gloom technically has a little bit more on the top, but it's a ramp up thing, and it only lasts 2 seconds. So for me, I kind of prefer amplify. At least in season 1, I prefer to amplify to Gloom. But yeah, int, movement speed, cooldown reduction, amplified damage. I might have to get a different one. I'm not sure where my armor is going to end up yet. Like I said, I haven't actually swapped yet. I just finished getting my set ready. It's way easier for me to farm in my Bone Spear build to get my gear and get set up and get ready and then swap. And that's why, again, it takes me a couple extra days after I hit 100 to do that. But yeah, you can see my actual roll, and Ultimate Shadow on the amulet is a no-brainer for Shadow Wave. You can see my roll is god tier, like actual crazy roll. 78,000 for the Blood Wave, and the 79,426, I believe, is the max roll. So I got like, man, very close max roll on that. Super excited about that. Perfect rolls on pretty much all my aspects as well, as you have seen going down the gear. So like I said, I think starting out, I feel my damage should be crazy. But I'm a little worried about my survivability, but that's where, when it comes to the vampiric powers, I'm gonna play around with those and try to find the right combo based on what I'm doing with my gear. Try to synergize it the best I can and see how it turns out. Just like season 1, play around with things, test things, try things, and just min-max and try to make it better and stronger. But for a starting point, I'm excited to try this. I've wanted to try this ever since I knew that int was getting fixed, and stuff like that. I wanted to like just pump. I'm talking, yeah, I'm gonna pump a lot of int and see how it feels, see what it does. But yeah, when it comes to the Paragon, I can't show you guys that yet. This one is for Bone Spear, but I will have a D4 build guide ready to go. Anybody watching on YouTube, just check the comments below and just check the D4 build guide for like the actual specifics of the Paragon, the skill tree, you know, the Book of the Dead, all that stuff will be in the D4 build guide. Just follow that and or look at that or whatever, and you should be good to go. But yeah, so we'll see how it turns out. Like I said, another day or two yet to grind out and finish off the glyph leveling, because I've only been 100 for a couple days, like I said, trying to knock that out, and then we'll swap and we'll go see how it actually does. But yeah, I'm excited. Super, I keep saying that, but I am. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. It might be bad. I might just get rolled because but then again, I might just roll everybody as long as I don't get touched, right? I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited though. I really am. But yeah, hopefully that gives you guys a good idea of where I'm at. Like I said, a lot of you guys probably have been waiting to see what I plan to do for the PvP side of things. I just have been super busy IRL, haven't been able to play nearly as much as I wanted to. But I'm trying to catch up. Like I said, we're getting there. Now we get to start out, test it, and adapt and make changes, and hopefully figure some really good stuff out. From what I've heard, necromancers are pretty strong this season. Quite a few people have said that, and so yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm definitely excited. Oh, vampiric powers, like I said, same things. Vampiric powers, Book of the Dead, Paragon, all that stuff in the build guide in the comments. But yeah, good luck with it. If anybody wants to follow along, and see what I do for changes or how it turns out or whatever, until if you want to see it before I make another video, make sure to check out the stream, stop in the stream, twitch.tv/Merkadis. Come through, kick it, hang out, check things out. Got any questions, maybe some insights, like I said, I'm kind of behind in terms of like knowing all the changes, what's going on specifically in PvP right now. So if anybody wants to chime in on that or you know, whatever, like I said, just hang out, see what I'm doing, come check it out, hang out, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you sometime in the stream. But if not, I'll just wait for the next video, I guess, and if it's good, you guys will be seeing some videos, I'm sure, of how it plays out. So and from what I heard, like I'd be surprised if it's not good. I don't know how great it's gonna be right out the gate. Like I said, I think it's gonna take a little tuning, but I do think it should be pretty strong. So, but yeah, like I said, good luck and much love, y'all. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Anybody that has been waiting to see my plans on it and whatever. But yeah, much love, GG's, and I'll see you guys again. Hopefully, real soon. Don't forget to subscribe too, he said. Much love, though. I got your ass, dude. I turned the alerts off so that people wouldn't ruin the video. I got his ass.